Hi everyone, my name is Akunna and I'm here to welcome you to the podcast, That Moment When. But before we begin, this is a special shout out to everyone that has been riding with us over time. We love you, we see you, and thank you so much. Please do not stop. On today's episode, we'll be discussing that moment when we help you spot the red flags. You heard right, the red flags. And we would be narrowing it down basically to narcissism. As always, I am never alone because I have my friends. I love my friends. I have my army that will help us dissect each topic. And they are exceptionally gorgeous. As always, the studio is on fire. But I'm going to allow them introduce themselves to you because I just want you to know from their mouths how amazing they are. So, we'll start from you, Noel.
Thank you very much. You look stunning, by the way. All right, my name is Nuel. I'm a medical embryologist. I am also a psychotherapist and I do business. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. We're glad to have you too. Let's hear from you, Fabi.
Hi, thank you very much. My name is Fabi and I'm a filmmaker. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Fabi. Do you take CVs? The country is hard. All right, without wasting your time, we're just going to go right into the topic. We're here to help you spot the red flags, basically relationships. We're here to help you find out if that person you're seeing is a narcissist. We're sorry this might be triggering, but I promise you this is best for you. So I'm going to start from Noel. Who do you think, or who do you see, or just define narcissism generally in your own words?
Okay, being a psychotherapist, though I'm not into not into the cognitive area of psychotherapy. I'm a sex therapist, but from the little I know that it's actually a mental health condition. It just makes you feel superior. You feel like you're better than everybody else, right? Self-importance. You just feel like you should be more important than everybody else that comes around you, and you should be treated as such. And I'll go further to say it's in two ways, because we always look at it from one angle. Okay. We have the overt and we have the covert. Now, the overt part of it is it has to do with people that are aggressive. Okay. They want to feel important, and they are going to aggressively get it. They will put you down. They'll put you in situations that will make you look bad, so they feel happy. They are more of sadistic in nature, right? Then we have the covert, and those ones they like to play victims, right? They do things, and then when you come at them, they try to spin the table around and make you look like the bad person. So self-pity. So you pity them and make them feel important too. So that's it generally. But you have to note that they are not bad people.
They're just
mental. They're not. It's just the behavior that is problematic.
They're just mental.
Their behavior is problematic. They just have this feeling that they are the most important people, and you should treat them like that.
All right, they are mental. In other words.
I won't want you to use that.
All right, Fabi, let me hear from you.
So I think it's new information that narcissism is a mental condition, because I just generally see them as bad people. And now you're saying that they are not bad people, and I'll go with Akunna, so they're mental. They have to be something. If they are not bad,
they are mental.
They are mental. Thank you.
So guys, we have a new saying: if they're not bad, they're mental.
So
2023.
These people just generally, like you say, they just want to be the center of attraction. And funny enough, I didn't know that there were types of narcissistic people, because luckily for me, I haven't encountered them in relationships, but in friendships, yep. So I have heard stories of both the covert and overt, if I pronounce it correctly, of those kind of people, the aggressive people, and the people who are so manipulative that even when you want to explain what they've done to you, you have to be careful so you don't look like the bad person. They are that good. So when you say they are not bad people, God, I beg. They are bad people.
I feel like there's a lot to say here, because even now you've even gone into another area that I was just even about to ask. But I'm just going to add that I feel I'm a lawyer, right? So I also know what insanity is, because it's a defense. When you kill someone, you can say you were crazy, you were mental. But my point is this: I do not think narcissists are mental, basically, because I feel when something becomes like a mental, it's out of your control. That's what I feel personally. I feel like it's out of your control. It's something you can't handle. But these people know what they're doing. The moment you know what you're doing, it's a want. It's what you want to do. You thought about it. You did that. I'm yelling. You are looking at me and you are making. Have you ever yelled and you feel like you are a crazy person? That's because they trigger you and they're fully aware of what they do. So I would allow you. I would agree with you on some, angle, which is that they are mental. But like generally, I feel like mostly I just feel narcissists know what they are doing.
Yeah.
They just want to bring you down to uplift themselves. It's an esteem. To me, it's even more of an esteem issue than even mental. They know what they're doing. They want to bring you down. In order to bring you down, they want to feel like they're superior to you. You used that word superior. So that being said, we've defined it. It's amazing. We're on track. We're just going to this show, we bring it down to personal experiences, what you've gone through, who you've been with, and all of that. So I'm just going to ask Nuel, have you ever, first of all, you've gone through a breakup, right? You definitely have exes. Or are you one of the people that say if you're an ex, it didn't happen?
Nah, we need to face reality.
I'm nobody's ex.
That's it. So I'm sure you have experiences. You have exes as well, Fabi.
Yes, I do.
Good. So we're just going to narrow it down. What's the worst breakup you've ever had? Just briefly, what's the worst breakup and how did that? Like, just summarize it. What happened? And
Right. Before I dive into that, you said something about you said they know what they are doing.
Yes.
You see, when you have a mental issue, you actually know what you're doing. You understand? You know this is what you're doing because you want to do it. But you can't stop yourself. It's just like if you've seen someone high before, they actually know they are misbehaving, right? But at that point, there's an influence, so they cannot stop themselves, right? That is why they need therapy.
So
now,
it's like
they actually do need therapy. It's not like a drug. It's not like a drug. It's an awareness of a self-importance. So when people don't do that, don't give you that glamour you want, that attention you want.
Just go through your life.
Yes. And sometimes it's not like they don't feel bad, but at that point in time, they want to do what they have to do to feel important, because it's like something they want. They are desperate for, right? Okay, now down to being in a relationship. Luckily, I've been in a relationship with very good women, I can say. But there's just one person, and this person was playing the form of the covert part. You know how you do stuff, and then finally I come to you, I'm like, because I like to be very expressive.
The relationship, just like he's doing, the relationship we're talking about, let me just narrow it down. Have you ever been with a narcissist?
That's what I'm saying.
Good.
Yeah, I said she was more of the covert, right? So you do stuff, and then because I like to be expressive, I like to talk, communicate, and quench issues. And I come up to you and I tell you did this. Now you know very well that you are at fault. But what do? You just try to like spin the table around, even try to cry, sort of like emotionally blackmail me. So I now feel bad and feel very, very wrong for even coming out to tell you did something wrong. And trust me, it can be very, very draining, because sometimes they do these things and you're asking yourself, should I actually talk about this, or should I just let it go? Because if I talk about it, at the end of the day, it turns around to look like I am the bad person. And if I let it go, I'm slowly getting disinterested and I'm detaching myself from the relationship. Especially when you love this person, it can be very, very difficult to deal with narcissists.
Fabi, do you have any experiences? If you don't have, someone else you know?
So very luckily for me, I haven't had an experience with a narcissistic person in a romantic relationship, but I've had some of them as friends. So there are these people that just want to be the center of your world. They want to be the only friend that you have. So when you go anything close to having another friend that you can share yourself with, they make you seem like the problem. They stop talking to you. You know that thing where you have a friend just giving you this silent treatment and you don't know what you've done, and then you go in and out of your head thinking of the things that you could have done to offend this person. Meanwhile, you didn't do anything. They're just being who they are, just wanting to be the center of your world, and they want you to give them all the attention, and it's not possible. Do you understand? It's not possible. So they just do these things, and at the end of the day, they gaslight you and make you feel like the worst person. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
they are the bad ones.
Yeah, and I'm just going to add, like, first of all, I feel this is my own opinion. I feel like sometimes the early signs of narcissism can be cute. Early signs.
Oh my God, yes.
Very cute.
They are very good with, there's
Like,
what we
you
call
just think,
love,
you know, when
love
they say
bombing.
This, I like mine obsessed clingy. In your mind is like, he just, you know, he just cares so much. He doesn't want to share. That's cute.
So with not personal experience, but like you know, I was through this person. Like they do this thing where they love bomb you. Like she said, like it can be very cute at first. Like they love bomb you, and you think you are on top of their world. Just enter it first.
When you go deep, they do this thing where like,
enter
like,
it.
I don't. It gives an energy of, and here's the thing about them. Sometimes it gives an energy of, I just want you to myself. Like two of us now
Yes.
in bubble.
Yeah.
And sometimes you buy into that idea, but then when you now enter into it, that's when you realize that it's over for you. And when you pull out of such situations, you find out that you are alone while they are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
No, you're smiling. No, you look like you've done it to somebody. Have you ever done, like, giving that energy of, I just want you to be mine. It's not like, it's not that deep, but I just love you and I want you here by my side, and it's just a love thing. It's not like I'm superior. It's not like I'm controlling you. I just want you to love me. And then she's there. She loves you. And then next minute is bondage.
No, I have wanted someone to know I love them, right? But the bondage part is the part I don't reconcile with, because it's different wanting to prove love. It's different to try to bond with someone you love. But obviously, if you're going to tie them down, that's where the problem comes. You understand? The reason I smiled was when she said gaslight, because that's like their anthem.
That's hi God.
Gaslight you, and you know the funny thing, they are the first people to say you've gaslighted them.
Yes,
Yep.
you are manipulating them.
Gaslighting.
Yes.
Hey, it's like God,
You're
you they've
gaslighting
done
them.
it to all of us. Hey,
It's really,
I'm
because
telling you.
it's annoying, because for someone like me that know that this person is actually a bad person, you just want to see people change, and that's what you make the mistake. You just keep trying. You hope that you could talk to them, or you could make them see that this is not the right way to go about it.
And when
then you keep falling deep.
when someone tells you who they are, believe them. This thing you said, like when someone tells you this is how I am, because sometimes the early stages of relationships, people tell you, for instance, you meet someone that tells you I'm not a committer. Especially we, like ladies, we always feel, I'm saying we because I mean I might be one of those people, but like we always feel like when love comes in, things can become better, things can change. It's to me, it's just like 5% of the time that thing happens. When someone tells you, look, I'm not a committer, I have trust issues, I'm an egoistic person, I don't want to see you, we don't want to believe them. But the truth is that they know what they're saying and they're telling you about themselves. You can't know them more than they know themselves. But where I want to like talk about what you said is, I feel like, do you think a narcissist will agree that he or she is a narcissist?
Well, that's the biggest problem, because I always tell people, when you know you have a problem, then it's easy to get a solution, right? If you tell a narcissist, this is what I think you are, the first issue, the biggest problem with narcissists is they never agree. That's the point. A narcissist will tell you you're gaslighting him or her when she is the one or he is the one doing that, right? So if you even try to, that's even what brings the problem, because when you're trying to like tell them you're doing this, you're doing that, you just turn it around, right? Make you look like a bad person. You can't correct them, right? When you try to correct them, they see you as attacking them. So the only way you can make someone like that happy is to just keep quiet and taking everything they're saying and believe your thought. And when you keep doing that, it gradually tails on your emotional health.
Yeah.
And you see that you start disbelieving yourself. For those that want to make you feel less of yourself, so they feel superior, you start feeling less of yourself. You could even lose your self-esteem.
Oh my God.
It gets that bad, you understand?
Oh my God.
And that's the worst thing you do, thinking, okay, I love this person so much, this person is not really a bad person, it's just a behavioral pattern, I can actually change this person. You keep doing that and then you're going deep into it, and then it might even become too late for you.
So Fabi, I just want to bring this to you now, because you have also brought out another angle of this topic when you pointed it out that narcissism is not just narrow down to relationships, which I understand
Yeah.
a lot. Like, trust me, I understand it deeply. Sometimes the friendship ones are even more toxic than that of relationships.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say this. I feel like another problem with narcissists another problem is the fact that they don't know how deep words pierce through. Like, a narcissist will just be talking, and the thing is, they might drop it, I know how the ones that are not mental, the ones that are not narcissists, when we listen to them, you can go home and those things that just, like, a narcissist can tell you something and that thing can live with you for years, like 20 years. You keep doubting yourself. So have you ever been in a situation where, like, I'm narrowing it down to friendships, where this friend that is a narcissist, probably out of that jealousy or that, a narcissist can tell you are not beautiful. Like, they can be like that.
Just
you might be
things,
prettier than them, but like, it just makes them comfortable that, oh my God, Fabi has to feel insecure for me to feel like I'm the only friend that is rolling with her because she's not pretty. Do you get what I'm saying? Or just just something. So, like, have you ever been in that situation where somebody said something to you, probably to bring you down or something, and it's still living with you now?
Has someone said something that bad to me? Yes. Is it still living with me? No. Because the thing is, once you become aware of this kind of people, you not only try to take them away from your life, you also learn how to deal with them and understand that go use your own spoil my own.
Yeah.
Like, you will not allow your mental illness to destroy.
Very mental.
Do you get? Because for somebody like me that it took a while to build my esteem and myself, basically, I cannot allow somebody who is mental to come and scatter my foundation.
Yeah.
So they've said really hurtful things. You hear things like, one of the reasons why I even cut my hair in the first place was, all those, like, very hurtful things, like how you look, like
you
how
like this.
Yes, they don't need things like, I'm so masculine in how I look, like, exactly, my body, it's
Can you show me their Instagram? Because I'm sure no. When you see the people that are saying, sometimes these people are even probably below your own standard in the first place. So somebody said that to you.
Yes, and it stayed for a while. I'm over it now, but it did stay for a while. And those people say hurtful things to you and they go and sleep very peacefully, and you're left with the nightmare. You're left with staying awake. Do you understand? And then there's something Nuel said that I wanted to speak to. When you say they are not bad people, and you say, it's a mental illness, right? So there's something with sick people. They see a pattern, they know that they are sick. They seek help, or they don't want to seek help because they like how that sickness makes them feel. So why I would really, again, counter is that
love it.
They know that they are sick. They just like how that sickness makes them feel. Because you can't tell me that I know what I'm doing is hurting you. I can find help for it, but I just don't want to agree that I'm that. So it's like them knowing what is wrong, but they don't want to admit it because they just like how this sickness makes them feel.
So no, what you have to
when
say?
someone says somebody is sick, right? If you can actually control the way you feel, especially when it comes to mental sickness, right? If you can control yourself mentally, then I don't think you are sick. Right? Sometimes they might even feel bad, like after doing what they do. When they are relaxed, they feel bad. But the thing is, at that point in time, they are so desperate to make sure that they make you feel bad for making them feel unimportant. So they can go all out of their way. At that point, they might actually love you. That's the truth. They might actually love you. But at that point, because of the mental sickness, I would like to put that in quotes, they do everything possible. They are desperate at that point to make sure you feel or put you in a place where you'd come crawling back to them. So they become that important person once more, right?
Yeah.
At that point in time. So that is just the problem. That's why it's a sickness, right? If they could handle it, if it's something they could like just look over or control,
handle, then it won't be a sickness.
It won't be a sickness.
I think.
All right, so yeah,
we can
agree. After
we can just agree.
But like for me, great thing. I've never really been like, I've not been with someone that maybe has talked down, like, mine is the opposite of yours, in that you took, like you said, you took time to build your esteem. I was born extremely confident, like, thanks to God. But like I've been with someone, or like do you get that, like now start making me, after being born, with some level of high esteem, the person made me, like brought my esteem down. But guess what, the person didn't say anything. I wouldn't put that on him. Like the person never said, oh, you do that. But sometimes some things will happen. You by yourself, you will go home and you begin to draw timetable to say that's what they do, right? Not just relationships. I've had friends too. So sometimes they don't tell you, but they leave that door open, and that's even worse. Because now if somebody tells you, oh my God, Nuel, like why do you like dark shades? Like they're disgusting. Why can't you do white? When you go home, you begin to think, oh my God, dark shades make me look terrible. You look amazing, by the way. That's just an example. But like you begin to think, but then imagine I just enter and I'm like, generally, like, I don't know, shades are terrible. You now go home and begin to think, is it the white one I wear yesterday? Is it the black one? Is it the yellow one? And that makes you even, you don't even know what to do about that. So like I've been in a space where I would lie down and think, what is the problem? Which of my bad character now is doing this thing to me? Like I would think, which of them? Is it this one? Is it that one? Is it, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you begin to think like that, remember, this is us trying to let our viewers understand like the possible things that like this can do to us, and how it makes you feel. Like you just begin to think, which of my bad character is doing this now? Okay, is it me not being pretty? Is it me liking big hair? Is it me wearing champagne? Do you get, like you just begin to think, and you can't sleep, your esteem is down because you are poking at all the bad aspects of your life when this person has never said anything to you. And generally, I don't think you should be with that kind of person. What do you guys think? Are you team walk away from that situation? Are you team give love a chance and see how far it can go?
I would say this. I don't know. A lot of people say love is a feeling, right? But I've come to understand that love is a gradual development, and it takes you being fully into it. You can decide to love anything and you will. That's the truth. If you decide you're going to love this cup and you intentionally start doing things to love this cup, you are, and it grows gradually, right? And then you get to a point where it's as if you can't do without this thing or that person. So when someone is this way, you're not a therapist. You cannot change someone like that. And then even if you'd want to refer the person to a therapist, how do you communicate that, see, this is what you're doing and this is how your behavior is and it's not good? They would not want to listen. They would want to gaslight you. So in that situation, I would say you actually just love from afar.
Just walking away from that situation.
Yeah, but apart from that, I would like to say something. Sometimes I would say the problem came from our parents about esteem, making you feel special or not feeling special. A lot of us want to get validation from people before we feel like we are doing well in an area, right? Especially from people we love or people we look up to. So, let's say you dress this way, right? And maybe someone there, a fashion icon, it's someone you look up to, and the person tells you what you're wearing doesn't make sense. Automatically, you just start feeling you're not doing well. But just to everybody that is going to be watching this today, I would like you to change your mindset. I would like you to probably draw your self-esteem or try to feel special. Let the highest competition you have be yourself, right? If you're this good, the only time you should feel bad is if you remain at that spot. But always try to do better. When you do better for yourself, you always conquer more goals, you solve more problems. Whenever you solve a problem, whenever you lend a helping hand to someone, no matter how little it is, no matter what area it seems to come from, even if you're not a fashionable person, but you're helping people in the streets, you are doing good for yourself, right? You are okay, you are fine. Your self-esteem should not be drawn from people. It should not be drawn from people you look up to or your loved ones. You are the best person for yourself. Everybody is going to go, you're going to remain with yourself, right? So just make sure you do not allow anybody affect the way you see yourself.
All right, so I agree with you, but I do have something to say, but to buttress and kind of counter something that you said, but amazing. Fabi, what do you have to say?
I'm team walk away. I'm team run away, actually. And for people who you're watching this right now and you're already in that situation, it's very hard. I'm not going to say you can
It's the hardest to live.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
I'm not.
I feel like toxic people.
No, it's not about that. So I'm not going to say, if you're watching this, pack your bags and go. Yeah, it's not easy, but I think take conscious effort and kill it. Do you know why people stay in toxic relationship or with narcissistic people? Is that somewhere at the back of their mind they believe that they can change this person. My love, you're not a Holy Spirit, you're not a therapist. So even if you're a therapist, you can heal other people, but when it comes to your person, it's hard because there's sentiment, right? So please, if you are not in that kind of relationship, beat him, run away, fly away, disappear. If you're already in it, please find a way. I'm not a therapist, so I can't tell you how to. But now that you know the kind of relationship you're in, find ways to live. It can't end well. Trust me, I have seen things. You don't have to be experienced, personally for you to know. I have seen things. So please and please run away. And there's a red flag. I don't know if I'm about to talk about it, but I've noticed it. If a man, my ladies, come to you and they're saying, oh, you're successful, let's build an empire together, run. Please. That is not something that should make you feel cute. Good and fine. That's what marriage should be. That's what a relationship should be, right? Two whole people coming together to do things. But that's the beginning of gaslighting. They come to you, they be like, oh, you're this, you're that, marry me, let's build an empire. You are so amazing. And you're like, oh my gosh, he believes in me. But once you enter that empire that 12 years are supposed to build, they'll crush you. You would be the foundation of the supposed empire. So please, if you're not there, run away. If you're there, just find ways to leave.
All right, thank you so much, Fabi. Thank you, Noel. So I'm just going to add something. Before, I got my own teeny weeny experience. I'm just saying, these are things that on my own I would have said. I would walk away. I would, no man, I was teenage.
Yeah.
If you met me before, no man can, alpha, female, blah, blah, blah. You don't know these things till they actually happen to you. And it's good, it's an experience. I'm grateful, I've learned from it. Moving on to something amazing. I know that I would never, set myself up for such, crap. But my point exactly is this. I just feel like we should just call it what it is. You do know that your whole day can be messed up if you're certain by certain things that your partner will say or certain actions. You can decide not to go out. You can and that's not you.
Yeah.
If you ask that person before circumstances like that, the person might tell you, how can my partner tell me my dress is not nice after looking and I will not stay at home? But that's someone you share some level of intimacy with. It's like another segment of yourself. So it's just like the right side is telling you your dress is fine, the left side is telling you, it's a part of you that's telling you don't look nice. You're going to ponder on that. You're going, no matter how you see it, it's going to stress you.
If it's easy, I wouldn't have put it out to people. See, the reason you talk about this is because it's not easy. If it's easy, anybody can just decide to, do it. But that it's not easy doesn't make it right. If you allow what someone says to you affect your self-esteem, then you will always be sad. If you allow what someone you love say to you affect your self-esteem, you could be sad. Obviously, this is love we're talking about. This is intimacy. You're going to want to hear what they have to say about you. But just know regardless that you're wonderful with or without
anybody's validation.
That is it.
All right, so we're just going to end on that note. You are wonderful with or without anybody's validation. We really, really do hope that you had an amazing time. Noel, Fabi, how was it? Did you love it?
I did. Thank you. You're an amazing host, by the way.
And I feel special being among two lovely women.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So viewers, no matter how cute he is or she is, do not allow a narcissist into your life. I'm begging you. We've decided as a team to tell you, walk away from that situation. You will thank yourself later. Okay? So what we've just said is we've helped you point out those red flags. We've helped you spot some of it. It's so much we couldn't discuss all of that today, but I know when you watch this you will be able to pinpoint it, whether in your present relationships, in your past relationship, or even in the future. We'll be sure that you know what it is, you know who a narcissist is, and you know how to avoid a narcissist. So thank you so much, and please do not stop supporting that moment when. Bye.